we go.
are.
It's Thursday once again. We are live. There we go. It's all fixed. Everything's fine. It's fine. It's okay. Take two. Wrong button was hit. Was I in? Oh, I was in the gaming directory. That's why. That's why it happened. We've waited all day for this moment, and now it's here. Crocodile, Paco, Mills, Hunter, Demon. Good to see you all here. We got it there. We got it fixed. We got it last second there. Exactly. If you want to go see Destiny stuff, you can just go say hi to Kraus if you choose to. Keith is in his invis era. That's right. There you go.
Could you hear me though?
Baker, how's it going? Good to see you. Hi, Bevy Brothers. Good to see you both. Is this how Keith finds out he's been fighting? That is. Right. Yeah, exactly. He's just been cut out of the scene.
I did notice the different beginning than what we usually have. So I was like, oh, you set up something different. And then all of a sudden it was just you. So I thought, okay.
Absolutely
that's how I found out. You saw it live on camera. Well, you didn't see me though.
That's right. Absolutely not. Any fancy drinks tonight, lads? Oh my gosh, we have so many fancy drinks tonight.
Riffs on a new fave.
Yeah, that's actually kind of be the theme for the evening after we get through this first one. Crocodile, again, good to see you. Thank you for hitting the beverage command in chat. Athletic Brewing, Ripe Pursuit, Lemon Radler is what we're going to start off with. Yep. And then last week we had so much fun with the Carajillo, one of our probably new favorite espresso coffee cocktails. We came up with some other ideas last week to change it, adjust it. Yep. Oh, this would be interesting. I wonder what this would be like. So we're actually going to try a couple of those tonight. We're going to discuss it as we get there. I think we'll do one of the original, because you were kind enough to bring over an orange, which was supposed to be in there. We didn't use that last week.
Well, original according to the one.
Yeah, original according to the recipe that we were using. Like I said, again, in the Discord, all that stuff is there.
Pinky's out.
When it out, Pinky out, 100%. Got to be some Pinky drinks tonight. Planty, it is good to see you as well. Hi. Planty's just happy that yesterday I finally watched Wicked.
We haven't watched it yet, but
I finally watched Wicked. Let me get out
about that yesterday.
Beers and we'll keep talking.
Yep.
Also, this is the About Beverages podcast. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith.
Yeah, you almost forgot that guy right there.
That's right.
Let's get out some athletic beverages.
That was the over voice of reason.
There we go.
You could hear me.
I like it.
Athletic Brewing. This isn't. It's funny. This one's a little weird, but I'm still intrigued by it in that it's a non-alcohol lemonade kind of thing. A Radler is usually like a lighter lager style beer, not necessarily a light lager, but a lighter beer. And lemonade, it's about usually 3% alcohol. It's easy drinking, refreshing, that sort of thing. Right. So this is 0 alcohol.
Yeah, they went as low as you could go.
That's right.
Whatever, technically 0.5%.
Although
I guess,
the calories are more.
Well, probably because of the lemonade part, right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So this has 90 calories, and like the IPA is like 65, and the wheat beer is like 70. So
he was all kerfuffled from being cut out of the show. He forgot his name.
I forgot. Well, I didn't. What happened? You'd already referenced me several times. I didn't realize I needed to. I'd forgotten about that part. So yes,
always
but I was
the proper part there. Oh man. But yeah, so like I said, last week, since we knew we were probably gonna do some work on the cocktail riffs again tonight, you're like, well, I should bring something a little bit lower in alcohol or bring something else. And this one it seems already, if you go to the website, which we have the link to, it's already sold out. I don't know if they're getting more back in stock. It's definitely seasonal.
Yep.
Seems like it shouldn't be out of season yet, because this is definitely a summer cocktail, and it's summer here in Arizona, but that's about it. Like not today because it's a little cloudy, but yeah, definitely for the most part, it's still kind of summer everywhere. So, but yeah, like I said, so we'll be kind of discussing in a little bit what we want to do with those couple cocktails we're going to make. If we're going to make an original, or we're going to make 2 riffs in the original, or just. But anyway, we'll figure all that stuff out.
Do you have plenty of coffee brewed? Ready to go?
I did. I actually doubled what I made last week, which was more than enough. But like I made extra just in case, because I wasn't sure. I mean, the coffee amount is really, it's not much. Like I said, for the most part of the original recipe, like I said, again, I put a link to, so if you go in the Discord, you can find the link to the TikTok that we found. Remember, it was Drifter was actually his username, which is really cool. Again, Drifter, since it was a nice little tie in there. Coffee, ew, gross. You can be banned if you want to say coffee, ew, gross. Do it again, brothers. You're out. Coffee is delicious. Wow. So do it again. You're out. That was my life for 25 years. So don't be knocking that. So we had that, which we liked that recipe. We did everything except for the orange slice. That was the only thing we couldn't quite do last week. So you brought that, so we might make the original one of there. And then that was where we turned into like, oh, hey, how about this? And how about this? And what about this version? All that kind of stuff. Question for you both. What's your favorite kind of coffee? I mean, that's kind of like asking favorite kind of beer and everything else too. But for the most part, if I had to, I would probably say a Sumatra of some sort, a Sumatra, either a French roast or just a medium full body Sumatra or something possibly Ethiopian. That's what I'm enjoying right now is actually Sidamo, because that kind of brings a nice little fruit to the party a lot of times, sometimes winey, sometimes blueberry. Those would be probably my two favorites. How about you?
Are we talking about like things that are available now or historically cups that we remember?
What's your favorite if someone says, what's your favorite coffee?
Well, to me, then I guess that's more now.
It could be anything.
Well, if it's anything, then the Bolivian coffee, the Bolivian peaberry that we got in the late 90s.
There we go.
Was Joe?
Now we're talking Bolivian Joe.
Bolivian Joe and his coffee direct from the farm. And that was amazing. It made a great French roast and it made a great full city. The quinoas that we used to get back like in the mid 90s those cups of coffee and even those Costa Ricans that had that good wininess to it. So those are classics that I remember. Currently,
and if they want to drink Merlot, we're drinking Merlot.
No, if anybody orders Merlot,
no Merlot tonight.
I am not drinking any fucking Merlot.
Okay, relax, Miles. Jesus, no Merlot.
Zoidberg, thank you for the no Merlot. Brothers, that is the proper retort right there. I will take that back. I like it. Okay, how about coffee is good, but I don't like it? That's totally fine.
Oh, yeah.
That is totally fine and acceptable, brothers. Anytime you can say that you don't like something.
Of course.
I accept it. So currently then, what do you enjoy? So
currently, it's going to sound like a broken record, but I'm going to repeat what you said. Sumatra French roast, hard to beat. Even like, the Trader Joe's Sumatra French roast, when I've reached for that at work, that's still good because it just makes a good cup of coffee.
It's just a good full body. Yeah. It just adds a lot of, like, so if you like those earthy kind of things.
Sidamo or Yirgacheffe for their winey or berry notes. And yeah, that's where I would reside, right in that.
Yeah.
I'd like to try some of the, it's been like big for like 10 years, the Panama Santa Esmeralda geisha coffee. It's like this strain of coffee that was like had gone out of favor and then was rediscovered, and it's very expensive. But,
okay.
But I was reading an article recently, and surprised what magazine, but
Imbibe, shocking.
But it mentioned the region in Panama called Boquete, and I remember I could still see that coffee label that we had at work. The BOUQETE, and I always thought it was Boquete or Boquete.
Yeah, that's what we always say.
Yeah, but and I was like, oh my god, that took me back there for a little bit. But
that's that is pretty funny.
So
I thought you meant whiny, not whiny, and I had all kinds of questions. Yeah, exactly. No, wine-like characteristics. WINE. Sushi, good to see you as well. Good to see everybody in here this evening. Just have that conversation with my children that we can not prefer something while still respecting. Exactly.
Absolutely.
That is the way you can say, like, oh, I'm not a fan of that. Or
I have yet to develop an appreciation for that.
That's the best way to say it. Yep, exactly.
There was an iced coffee question.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, what
delicious.
did I miss?
I like iced coffee. Depending on
I do too.
Absolutely.
Iced coffees, yes or no? Is this illegal? No, not illegal at all. And you can also do it in many different ways. Like some of the classic ways that people do iced coffee, where you do the whole cold brew kind of thing, and if you're letting it, like I said, that's not necessarily my favorite way to do that. I think there are better methods because you bring out so much more of the uniqueness and nuance through heat. I mean, I know you agree with me on that. Like I said, if you're actually using brewed coffee, whereas you lose a lot of that when you do iced coffee. Like when you do, shouldn't just say iced coffee, just say when you do cold brew coffee, which sometimes transfers over and back and forth into that. But yeah, I think you can do iced coffee and still make it absolutely delicious as well. And that's kind of what we're using. Like I brewed coffee earlier, and then we're going to be using, I then put it in the fridge so it got cold so that our drinks wouldn't be completely melted. We put them over ice in a little bit. But yeah, like I said, that is definitely a solid option for a lot of things. But yeah, I like cold brew coffee for sure. As you get older, you go from I hate that to it's not for me. Exactly.
Perfect.
The earlier you can make that distinction, I think it shows where you're at on your journey.
Oh, wow. Very deep.
I think it's true.
Yeah.
Used to enjoy coffee, but over time I lost my love for it, as I think it must be allergic to it because I would break out in hives. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's stuff you got to watch out for. Yeah, definitely no. But if it's causing you any ill will, then yes, don't keep doing it.
Yeah. This is quite tasty.
It is pretty good. I think I always hope that these would be a little sweeter just because of the lemonade component or the lemon component, or is this a little more on the tart side? So I'm kind of having to adjust my brain to that for this second. But
I like it. I mean, but it's non-alcoholic beer and lemonade, so it's kind of mostly.
It's interesting that they would combine that together.
Yeah, I guess they're trying to touch all the style and get all the styles, hit all of them.
True.
So
it definitely is going to be a more refreshing one too. If you actually were, I don't know, hiker, like whatever else, because it's non-alcoholic. Yeah. Trying to help my kids make the distinction early. Paco, as always, you're at the forefront of being amazing. Athletic makes good beer. Yeah, we've been very happy with some of their things lately. When we first tried their stuff, I was not enjoying it as much. When we tried was it a stout and a porter? There's a couple other things. There is the hazy. Was it Run
Wild?
Run Wild. That hazy, like I said, is one. Isn't that one of the ones we like? What's the one?
We like the we like the Run Wild. That's it. The hazy is
it's like the
the hazy is I forgot what the hazy is, but we tried the hazy. It just doesn't taste like a hazy IPA to me. So I think one of the things I like is when a non-alcoholic whatever at least has a taste profile.
Run Wild
similar.
is the one we like. Yeah, we like the Run Wild, and like I said, the hazy one is totally fine. It's just not as hazy as we'd like.
Yeah, so I have the Run Wild in the fridge at the house for drinking, but yet I want to have something like with tacos or something like that. So if you go back to that screen, my coworker who has had more of this type than I have, I think is it called Personal Record? It's a silver can. You go back.
Oh yeah, that was
so he said he actually said he ordered it from their site. It's made with turmeric.
Oh really?
Yeah. And he said he was worried about it being too much turmeric, but it's not. He said it's actually he thought it was really good.
Interesting.
So yeah, but that was
they have a tropical sour as well, a blackberry Berliner. Oh okay, Personal Record IPA. Collaboration with Ironman Triathlon Series. Okay, I was wondering what that was. Okay, so they made a bunch of beers with that. Yep. Really didn't drink coffee until I had contracts class at 8 a.m. and needed more caffeine than soda could provide. That is fair. Going off of what Mills said about the hate that to not for me, what about someone who likes literally everything? Me. I love anything edible. I mean, that's even better. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, great. Andrew is here. See you next episode. A little bit ago, we didn't have Keith here. So
that's right.
It would have been even worse for you, Guardian. At least you get 50% of what you're looking for.
That would have been funny. I could have sat in that chair and
that would have been pretty good. Good. I could have had you play like Destiny or Grand Theft Auto or something like that.
That would be boring.
All Out is good. Extra Dark is All Out. Is that an Athletic Brewing one, or is that from something else? I was at Costco today and bought a case of Guinness for $40. They do have the Guinness out there lately. It's back out again. Might have to try this. Big lemonade fan, but I've never had a Radler. Would you probably obviously would recommend this?
I would.
Okay.
I
guess with how low a Radler is in alcohol, I'd say just go get
or
one
just
that actually has alcohol in it.
Get some tea or because I'd rather have maybe an Arnold Palmer or something.
Yeah, it's basically like, do you like Arnold Palmer? Like it's usually kind of like that. This one, you have to kind of have to like the beer component. So if you're not much of a beer fan, that a little bit that is still in there, Paco. So this might not be for you. That's why I was kind of hesitant.
I just don't get a lot of the beer component though.
I got a beer you could try, best one ever. Oh gosh, Guardian Down. Did I get to tell it? Were you around when I was talking with Guardian Down about that he did give a review of that beer finally that he got to have, the high 67% thing?
Oh no.
And he said it was terrible. It was
oh wow.
Yeah, like I think it took you down pretty quick too, right? Like I think you were talking about
67%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like even the people that were like whiskey drinkers and stuff, they weren't a fan of it. Like, so it was like, it seemed like it did not hit the right notes. Cause then we went and looked up like the price on it, and like the ship one here would be like $90 cause you have to get it from Scotland or whatever, or something like that. But yeah, I think I'm different than maybe most in that I like, kind of like we were talking, I wouldn't recommend, I don't know if I'd ever have a Radler like out and, like I'm out and I'm going to order a Radler. I would either say I would like a beer because I want to have a taste of beer, or I'm just going to have lemonade. I don't need that
3%, which is, I guess, why I'm okay with this,
Well,
because
it's
there's
like,
no alcohol
well,
anyway.
but it's like,
so.
do you like the beer mix that's in it? It's do you like the flavor?
Yeah, I wouldn't
And this
need
flavor
that.
to me is fine, but like I would, if I'm having lemonade, I'd rather have an Arnold Palmer. There's a bunch of them out. Like I said, I don't really drink them very often either. Paul Anner makes a grapefruit Radler I'm seeing right here, which I'm sure is probably okay. Leinenkugel, it was always the summer shandy. That was always,
shandy.
I know a lot of people used to really like that one,
Yeah.
Leinenkugel summer shandy. So I would maybe try one of those if you're kind of interested. Again, if you want the non-alcoholic part of it, like I said, you can find. I think this is totally, like I said, it's totally good.
Yeah.
Like I said, but it's just not. It's not something I'd be like, I got to get some more. Like I don't have
Yeah.
to eat. You know, if I never had another one of these again, I'd be fine. But it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's a terribly wonderful ringing endorsement. And thanks to our new sponsor, Athletic Brewing.
Yeah.
Right Pursuit Lemon Radler. Company behind Liquid Death is going to do a play on words for Arnold Palmer called Arnold Palmer, but the Arizona Tea Company is sued for copyright. There was something different from that. I don't think it was Arizona Tea suing for copyright. There was actually something where it was, because now it's Undead Billionaire, right, or something like that. And
I remember you talking about that.
That had to do with like literally the Arnold Palmer estate was like, you're not going to say that, and so they were like suing, or at least that was one of the many legal battles with that one. There may have been the one you talked about too, brothers. I like the Liquid Death, and we've had their teas and things, which I talked about last week. Casey was in and was saying that we need to try some of their other teas
of Liquid Death
from Liquid Death, like some of their other flavors they've got.
Of course, I'm good with that.
Still waiting on this beer name. Is it actually toxic to humans or something? Yeah, it's called Snake Venom. You can look it up. It's like 67% alcohol. It's the world's highest like high alcohol beer. They do like insane amounts of fermentation and refreezing and getting they go all out just to try and get it to work. And like I said again, sounds like it's not very good, and it's very expensive. Nicer ones, I don't like. Again, if you go look in the Discord, Demon, like I said, I can't remember. Actually, I've got the Discord open. Sorry, I didn't think I had it open. It's under the pub section. Who made it?
The pub.
It is the Brewmeister one, Snake Venom.
Meister Brew.
Yep. There you go. Oh, actually, thank you, Guardian Down. Actually put looks like a more recent one in there.
It's difficult responsibility.
So yeah, both of those are in there because we were talking about trying to actually buy one. Have a bottle of booze with an actual snake in it from India. I don't know if I'd drink that. Uncle tried Snake Venom and was like, this is Glorify. It sounds like it was really strong. I would definitely try it if someone wanted to send us a bottle for the heck of it, but like I said, I'm not going to go looking for it after that price.
And a little taste, yeah. But
sounds like a lot of work for mediocre results like the Jets. Now we're talking. There we go.
Although Justin Fields.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. Like he's going to although I don't feel terrible because, I mean, $40 million or whatever
making some money.
He's getting paid.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't know if he cares. It's good one though, Mills. That's good.
It's
I've had a summer shandy. Yeah, like summer shandy and round. I think those terms are used a little interchangeably. Yeah, that's kind of what I was realizing there. Any vodka-based bevies anyone could recommend? This question goes out to anybody. Really, vodka is my favorite drink of choice. Why is vodka your favorite drink of choice? I'm just going to ask you outright because there are so many other things that actually add flavor to the drink. And also, Guardian Down knows we don't use the B word around here because, like, why is that? Why is that your favorite? Is it because you don't taste it and just want the alcohol? Because there's a lot of things you could add that actually do add just a little bit of taste that are really good and that add the alcohol.
Yeah.
But if he come at, don't you hate on my vodka? I'm not, you have to have vodka in your bar, but it's just not recommended that it needs it. I like the burn at the back of the throat, and I do normally add stuff to the drink. Well, that's an interesting. So you like bad vodka then? Is that what you're saying?
Oh,
you want
that's
the burn
not
at the
good.
back of the throat, I'm assuming? Who invited this guy? I know. Drinking vodka straight, I did that when I was younger. Never again.
Oh, yeah. Especially the bad stuff that smells of rubbing alcohol. But yeah, no, I know there's a lot of people that, will enjoy that. We've tried some. We've found some flavor in some of them. And Bloody Mary's probably the...
I know, but I even like a Bloody Maria now better too.
Okay, I was going to say, of what we do. Say.
And now we drink the Carajillo. We always find a better drink when the vodka is taken out of it. I'm just saying. It's odorless and tasteless when you want to drink at work, I guess. Yeah, there you go.
Hennigan's, the no
Scotch. Yeah, to like I said, joking aside,
Yeah.
you have to have vodka in your bar. Buy Tito's, it's 5 times distilled, it's clean, it's clear. The Costco vodka, which is, I believe, like secretly like Grey Goose runoff, that one's also good for the price. Like, you don't need to spend a lot of money on vodka. When people are spending anything over about $20, I think you're kind of starting to waste it, as long as you find something that's good. But yeah, like a Bloody Mary, usually it's going to have in there. But again, you could have a Bloody Maria, which is even better. Straight to myself, I was like, well, why would you do? Oh, you're a kid. Alcohol hit me all at once when I got home, bed bound. I would say so. Yeah, don't do that. Anybody here in chat, listen to Hunter Demon.
Wasn't there a French vodka we had?
Yeah, that was another one. It was like $14 or $15 that we tried. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah,
Ciroc or something, or no,
not Ciroc.
Not Ciroc.
Ciroc is from what's his
but
name?
I remember. Yeah, I remember. God, I remember. Yeah, I remember when we tried that because it was a different grain or something. It did have a different
I think it was
flavor.
French wheat.
French wheat. That's it. Okay,
something like that.
French wheat. It was baguette. Oh, it was baguette vodka.
I don't think it was that.
No? Oh, okay.
I don't think so. I wish I could remember. It was croissant vodka. It
made with butter and flour and wheat.
Got to make sure you like shake it up a little bit before you actually pour it. Oh my gosh. In Arizona, I bought a pack of Vizzy seltzer booze things. I'm not much for those type of these drinks, but they're actually quite good. Vizzy. Okay. I'll have to look that
Vizzy.
Up. Blueberry pomegranate. Sounds like a good way to get alcohol poisoning. Yes. Let's learn from Hunter Demon's mistakes, everybody in chat, and do not do that.
Poisoning.
But yeah, like I said, vodka, yeah, you're not going to find too much information on that here other than what amazing thing you could replace it with, which is kind of the tail of the tape. Oh, real sugar, blueberry pomegranate. Vizzy. Look that up.
Vizzy Soir.
Vizzy Soir. Did you say, is it like seltzers? Oh, okay, Vizzy hard seltzer. Oh my! The putting in your birth date stuff is so ridiculous.
That's not your birthday.
Nope, I never put in my actual birthday. Sometimes I put in 1905 if I can.
Put in just like today's date and from 2000 or from 19. No, oh my God, that'd be 2000.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say, I did one the other day. I didn't look and it was already filled in, but it was 2025. When I did it, it took you to a YouTube thing. I was like, that's not the right day. It had some sort of thing and it was wrong. Yeah.
Salsa.
Really cheap vodka here in England. God knows if you guys get it over there, called VK. Not too strong. It has incredible flavors already in it. What kind of, yeah, that's interesting.
Now I'm craving chips and dips.
Usually with vodka, like I said, we've had a hemp vodka before, which we did a podcast on that was pretty good. Like I said, once you start adding too much to it, and again, I know a lot of people like the flavored vodkas and things, and those are fun for making some, wild kind of out there cocktails, but for the most part, it's not our thing. Black cherry flavor is my okay. So that's just kind of your classic vodka. Like Absolute makes 900 different versions. You want bubble gum? Do you want spearmint? Do you want fruit? Like whatever you'd want in there, they just have it.
2000. That's weird. 2004.
Vodka that I like is Truly Pineapple Mango with 7-Up, or the Truly Wildberry vodka is pretty good. And again, like I said, it's just different than what I look for in a beverage. So like I said, there's a lot of good like flavored kind of vodka stuff like that out there. Grey Goose also has tons of flavor. Do they make a bunch? Yeah, I'm sure that's vodka makers after look. They're like, we got this. It's like, what else you got? This? No, you probably should add some fruit or something to that. No one's going to keep drinking this. UK, it's legal at 18. No wonder there's so many drunk. Yeah, that is. Yeah, it used to be what was always the joke was like if you could see over the bar, like you could get a drink if you were in Europe or something. I know that's definitely from a long time ago. As a former prosecutor, it dealt with plenty of people with substance issues. Vodka was number one for those trying to hide it. So not a fan for that reason. Agreed. Also that too. If you do the boozy seltzer thing, you might like the Vizzy. I think it might have used stevia to reduce the sugar level. Okay, I actually looked at the website. I'm going to bookmark it so I don't forget. Because, at some point, a lot of people ask about these. We should try a few more of them so we can at least, our favorite, some of the ones we liked. What was it? We had the ones with the THC in them, if you're into that sort of thing.
Oh, yeah, those were good.
The Wink seltzers, which we had. 2 grams of carbs, 100 calories, 1 gram of sugar. Refreshingly berry. Is this a mix? This might be a mixed pack.
Booze or health?
Blackberry lemon.
I choose health.
I would also choose health. Drink a lot of hard alcohol, but after 2 trips to the hospital, I had to make a hard life choice boozer. Wow, that is, yeah. Or both, but drink a ridiculous amount less.
Yes.
Don't be stupid. There you go. Brothers of Ye Olden Beverages. Lucky, it is good to see you. How are you this fine evening?
Lucky's here.
It's good to see you.
Right.
You're not even wearing your Lucky shirt
I almost
tonight.
wore a Lucky shirt.
Did you?
I did, but I thought, well, I'll do the About Beverages. These unique shirts that aren't available anymore, but we're going to be creating
We're gonna try
some
and get
again.
them back.
We'll get some soon.
Black cherry lime, blackberry lemon, raspberry tangerine, watermelon strawberry. 5% alcohol, 1 gram of sugar, 100 calories, 2 grams of carbs. So yeah, there's got to be some sort of maybe stevia in there or something like that. You ever try doing a drunk raid, take 3 shots, start to take a shot every time you wipe? No, that would end very quickly. The raid and my consciousness for sure. No, we have not done that in quite a while. We used to do some nightfalls and things like that where we'd be drinking a little bit. Lucky's always doing that. That's part of his plan. That's when you play Titan. Exactly. So you buying more of this?
Yeah, I might grab a couple in the fridge.
Okay.
It's like the Run Wild I keep in the fridge because that's my like go to if I'm not doing I like sparkling water or just having some tonic or something like that. I want a beer flavor, but I'm not drinking the alcohol at that time, so I keep that in there. This would it's just I'm surprised that I like it. Well, once again, it's not like I'm going to be like, I got to get a few 6-packs of this. No, I'll grab a couple and have that. It's something different. So
We barely wipe. It would be a sober run. There you go, Planty. I like that optimism. You guys have a plan. So we were talking about just right when we started. So you have not seen Wicked yet, correct?
Have not. No, we just saw a commercial for it the other day because I don't know if we're watching something on, is it on Peacock?
It's
or
on
Hulu?
Peacock.
Okay. And I was like, oh, we have to watch that.
Do you like musicals?
Yeah.
Okay.
We actually saw Wicked on Broadway.
Oh, nice. Keith out here breaking. See, now Keith will be the one you can keep asking about it.
Yeah, well, that was the first Broadway show that I ever saw.
Amazingly enough, that Broadway show got the whole thing done in one sitting as opposed to this Wicked, which is part 1. It's like, in my head, I'm like, okay, this is 2 hours and 40 minutes. They've got another one to show. How long was the Broadway play? What have they added?
It did have an intermission, but it didn't go on that long.
That would be interesting. Like I said, for someone that has seen it, when you watch the movie, be like, well, this wasn't in it. That wasn't in it.
So I saw it 14 years ago.
You probably remember if all of a sudden a giant section of like, what is all this?
Probably
really?
not.
No? Okay, wow.
No, I don't think I would.
Too many Radlers.
Too many Radlers.
Too many 3% Radlers.
Yeah, that's right.
It's very good. I kind of knew what I was expecting to see, and I like musicals and stuff. At first, I wasn't sure about Ariana Grande. There was about 20 minutes where I was like, oh, I don't know about this. But then once her character was what it was, which like her being a jerk.
Oh, okay.
Because that's the whole thing is that that the Wicked Witch is actually the good person.
The
Everyone
good
else
one,
is horrible
yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Or not horrible, like different variations of like that they're actually not all the goodness that you would made to be believed from the Wizard of Oz movie or whatever.
Jeff Goldblum's in it, right?
He is. He plays the wizard.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, he does a really good job as that too, as you'd expect. But yeah, like as it's going, aren't most Broadway shows around 3? Yeah, like I would think 3.5 hours. Like I
can't remember.
I'm trying to think. I think it was like 3 hours. Like we went and saw, it was a touring Broadway show of the Book of Mormon or whatever when it came to town here, and I remember that being like 3 hours with an intermission or something like that. So. But anyway, it's really good. Like I said, I definitely had a lot of laughs. Like I said, as I was watching it, and like I said, some of it, and it's got to be so hard to do. Like they do certain things in it where they really expand out, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is so neat. This could only be done in a movie, like the ending like sequence. That's the not the Unlimited, but the Defying Gravity. Like that's kind of how they finish up this part of the movie. They kind of end on that part with that whole song and the whole thing. Oh my gosh, 500 bits.
Yeah.
Demon, thank you for the bits.
Vincent. We happy? Yeah, we happy.
We're happy. Thank you for the 500 bits, Hunter Diamond. What other games do you and everyone else play, or even games you play solo? I play a ton of different things, usually like puzzle games and story-driven type stuff. A lot of indie games is what we play here on the channel. But yeah, like I said, so there's parts of that where it's just like, oh my gosh, and the flying around, all this kind of stuff. And then there's some scenes where it's like, you could tell they're like, okay, I just guess it just looks so much just like, oh, this just like they're filming a stage play. You know what I mean? Just because it feels very small, it feels very tiny. Okay. It feels like, and they've seen that when I've seen musicals like redone when they do them for the big screen. Sometimes it's like, okay, they didn't really think outside the box for this section because it almost feels like someone was just filming the stage production of it or something like that. So there's a couple moments like that, but other than that, they do a really good job. Elden Ring. We have played a little bit of Elden Ring lately. I have played a little bit of that lately. Not near as much. Saw Beauty and the Beast on Broadway when I was in high school. Ooh, I bet that was good. Almost time for the quarterly playthrough of Red Dead Redemption 2. It could be. You never know. It could be that time again. As the Destiny seasons get longer, it could be time for that once again. Elton Bevy. Yeah, exactly. Beauty and Beast on Broadway was amazing. Yeah, I want to see more plays. I just haven't. The ones that have come around to town haven't been quite as interesting. But yeah, if I ever obviously get back east, I think that would have to be a bucket list thing, that I would have to see some sort of Broadway show of some sort. Have you only seen the one?
We saw, that was the first one. We also saw, is it Waitress? It was Sarah Bareilles wrote it and starred in it. But there's a place you can go to in Times Square that has like the shows and like ticket prices, like current prices. Some at a discount, a lot of times at a discount, and it was because
if it's like day of kind of thing.
Well, day of, and it was because Sarah Bareilles wasn't going to be in the show. It was her understudy that was doing it, and they're like, but the tickets, the prices are so much better. But we heard like 2 or 3 times, you do know Sarah Bareilles isn't there tonight. We're like, yeah, we get it. So yeah, it was kind of a last minute thing, and we went.
And
to see
just
that.
as you're walking the theaters, you really loudly say, "I can't wait to see Sarah Bareilles tonight." I can't believe we got tickets for this cheap, and she's here. Yes, back east. I know. I want to do it. I'm supposed to decide between Outsiders, Mamma Mia, and Wicked for us to see. Ooh. I mean, I would think Wicked would be really cool. Like I said, I think that'd be a neat stage production, but I'm not as familiar with Outsiders or Mamma Mia. Is it a traveling production, or are you actually going to Broadway? Because I would go see whatever the thing had the most star. Like right now, is it Othello where you can go see? It's like Denzel Washington and
Othello.
It's Denzel Washington and I can't think of his name. Jake Gyllenhaal.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like it's like, oh, that would be what I would want to say. I'm sure it'd be like ridiculously expensive, but I didn't know if that was what was going on. Imagine if he went to Broadway and didn't see Planty. I mean, I was assuming Planty would be going with us. I would have no idea where I'm going. He would have to like be taking me around to all the different things. So
need a guide. Need a personal guide.
He would have to be my personal guide. He'd have to take several days off of work, which I'm assuming he would just do gladly, and then we'd work from there. So traveling one, not a fan of the Mamma Mia musical about mom who can't remember who dad is. That's right. That is what Mamma Mia is. That's true. Really? You've never seen Mamma Mia?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's like is it someone's getting married and then the dad they're like, "Oh, is this really the dad?" Like I don't know what the whole thing is. But yeah, I would definitely go see something like that. All right. What should we wind up doing for our cocktail? What do you want to start with? Well, I've laid out many options. We were discussing things. What are you thinking? What are you feeling through this beverage?
Well, we know definitely one of them is the version with the bourbon.
Okay, so we're doing a bourbon one. So that's our alternate version. We're removing the tequila and we're putting in bourbon because we want to see what that's like.
Yep. Then we could do last. Did we ever discuss doing one without the tequila and just the way we want the tequila in there though, or some third component? Right?
That's what we were trying to figure out, if you wanted to have another third component option.
Well, but we talked about then doing the one with the orange, right? Doing the original.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you want the original way he did it, like the 100%? Except
do we have the cinnamon?
Oh my God, you keep being very...
No, I don't know if we're going to do that way. I don't have any do his way.
I probably have cinnamon powder somewhere.
Oh yeah, not fresh cinnamon.
Got some in my fucking yard, I guess.
Yeah,
go get.
Let's go.
Oh my God.
Your tree, your cinnamon bark.
My
Let's go.
cinnamon tree
I'm gonna
that
go
I
out there with a
keep
little
out-
chisel and hammer, and I'll shave off a few pieces. No,
The only thing last week we kept mentioning the orange. Cinnamon never came up again because you're like, oh, he did orange in there. I wonder.
Okay.
Oh God, he said those two things went together so well.
Okay.
So that was when I was like, oh, we should do the one with the orange then.
Let's
So
do
if we-
that.
Okay, so you want to start with that one then? So
Right.
we'll do what we did last week. We'll add the squeeze orange.
Squeeze of orange, no cinnamon.
No cinnamon.
Next week we'll have cinnamon for you.
This
No,
is
I'm
the third- no, this is our last week of Carajillos.
Oh.
Never again.
Carajillo.
Careful, Keith is going to ask for the manager. I feel he's going to. I feel that he is going to. Double dog dare you to add vodka just to annoy you. Oh my gosh. I'll go get my bottle of vodka. Go get my funnel and pour it down your throat. Here you go. Relive a fond memory. No, that's not right.
Oh, no,
Stop.
that's not good.
I'm joking.
That's
It's
not
fine.
good.
It's fine. No, I mean, vodka and espresso martini, like that's kind of the thing that you wind up adding in there. But again, you could just make this instead.
You could.
You could.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to take a break. We are going to make the 99% of this cocktail.
Yes,
I don't have
no
any cinnamon.
cinnamon.
I don't have any
No
cinnamon. I'm so
cinnamon, not
sorry.
fresh or otherwise.
I ruined-
Wait, I have some right.
oh my God.
I
where
was
did-
prepared for just
I
this
wonder where
occasion.
you kept that stick.
A cinnamon stick. Oh, let me pull out my cinnamon stick. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Hunter enjoys
Hold
funnel
on.
play. Oh my God. All right. We will be right back with cocktails in hand.
Yes.
We are back. Guardian down. Thank you for the gifted sub to Paco. I think I got them all. Did I get them all? Did you count it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Pacos?
That's right. 6 Pacos. It's true.
It's a 6 Paco.
It's a 6 Paco. We have moved on from this glass. We used this one last week, which is kind of the way they did it. But since I didn't have the large cube, we have moved to the coupe glass.
And the nice foam that he created in the video that you can see.
Yeah.
But yeah, you did. I think you shook until your arms cramped up.
I did.
And,
Yeah. I had
we got the foam.
Yeah. See, he's got
Not
quite
that
a,
much,
He's
but
got a ridiculous amount of. I
think
feel he
he's-
might be cheating.
He's got the nitro shake going on, I think.
I think so. I definitely think so. But yeah, so we did, like I said, most of the recipe except for the cinnamon. I did have cinnamon here, which I
Cinnamon!
wouldn't grab, but up to you if you want to put cinnamon. If you,
I might try it.
You want
after
to
I
dust
try
it
this way?
Oh, you want to try it that
Actually,
way first?
No, I do want to try it. Did he just dusted it, right?
Just very little. He just.
All he did was dust cinnamon.
This is very exciting, Chad.
There we go. All right, that's enough dust, I think.
Okay.
Yes.
I have
Family
also
friendly.
dusted. No need for Keith's blood is in and sticky. Yay, the stream stays family friendly. Well, Paco, I didn't know if the little Pacos are running around, so you got to
That's right.
try and keep it a little bit friendly.
That's right.
All right. Cheers to the way this was supposed to be made, I guess, originally.
Well, according to
Are
what's
you
his
getting
name?
okay? What are you getting out of here?
Cinnamon,
His actual name I saw in there was Joshua, but
And
then it's
coffee.
Drifter's Joint.
coffee and cinnamon. Actually,
Coffee, cinnamon. I get a little bit of like chocolate though, almost too.
It's just
It
I
smells
remember
really good,
loving
right?
this last week.
Yeah, this is really good.
Oh yeah. Okay. There's the orange. Just a little bit.
It is
Very
there.
undernote.
I guess I could have done even a little. I was
Could
nervous
have.
about it
No,
because
I-
I thought I was worried. Like again, I was making a double. He didn't measure out how much orange that
Yeah.
he put in there,
Yep.
so I kind of like tried to make a little bit bigger of a piece and put it. And I didn't want that to overpower.
Yeah.
I think it could use actually, honestly, a little more.
You could do a little bit more, but that
It's really good.
does make it delicious. Even
It's
more.
quite
It's so good.
It does add
It's
like
such a
another layer
great-
to it. So he was right. You can make it without 100% last week. We were very happy. We didn't know, but we can be even a little happier.
Yeah.
Apparently, apparently
Coffee.
that's an option.
Tequila, liquor 43. Oh, and by the way, today is 4-3.
Oh my god!
So how wonderful that we're using liquor 43
on 4-3.
on 4-3. That's right.
Look at that. Perfect.
We planned that actually. That's
100%.
Months ago.
Months in advance.
Oh yeah, months in advance. We've been scheduling this for a long time now.
I didn't even think about it. When is the draft this year? Are we going to get to do our draft party?
Isn't it usually the end of April?
It is usually at the end of April, so I didn't know if that was.
I think that should still work out.
We'll still have to figure that out. We have to.
Yeah, it's probably like the week before that.
24th, 25th. So yeah, usually that Thursday was kind of nice, and we sit through. I don't know. We could sit through like 15 picks, something that's about what we made it through last time. Bears have the 10th pick again. Who knows if they trade back? So.
Okay.
3-4, you Yanks in your backwards dating system. I know.
Give me a good Julian dating code any day. That's not that, but
there you go.
Yeah.
That's hilarious, Hunter. That's good.
Yeah,
that's really good. Yeah, that's was good both times. So yeah, we did like the original variant. Yeah, that's definitely better than an espresso martini, I would say, just because there's so many more depths and layers to there. Not only the orange, but the tequila. Like I said, if you use a reposado tequila, like he uses in the video, the recipe I also threw in Discord has a Blanco tequila just because I wanted that to be there. Because guess what? This weekend, TikTok could go away again.
Oh, is that happening again?
That could happen again.
Right.
So like I said, make sure you're following on Blue Sky, because then you can use the Skylight Social, which also is like TikTok, but better. So you can go check that out.
Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why.
Have to pillage your spices and never end up in. I'll have to pillage your spices and then never end up using them. There we go. Tally ho!
Yeah, that's really good. We had some over the weekend. We went to see the Cub game, and they were playing the Diamondbacks. That's right. They won 2 out of 4. Unfortunately, we saw one of those.
Now the Cubs are over 500.
They are, thanks to the A's helping them out.
Appreciate that.
And the first cycle of the year being done by the Cubs' backup catcher. Carson Kelly hit for the cycle on Monday.
The cycle.
Yes. Single, double, triple homer from the backup catcher.
Probably hasn't been done since like Mark Grace.
Well, I don't know. I'd be interested. I think a Cub has done that since then, but I don't know who. But yeah, he had the first one of the year. So, but yeah, well, and before we went to the game, we went to Arrogant Butcher.
Always Arrogant Butcher.
Had some cocktails and some food, and we had a very good time. We were also just discussing we all ordered a Manhattan made with the Willet 4-year rye. And
good.
It was very good.
It was so good.
It was very good.
I should have asked what sweet vermouth, and I meant to do that, like what sweet vermouth they actually use in that. But man, it was fantastic. Yeah, the Willet rye with the extra spice in there, a little bit of extra proof, depending on which bottle that they got from Trader Joe's. Like I said, it was great. No, that was delicious. Definitely worth, like I said, the little bit of the premium on that one. Like it was funny because it went from, I think you mentioned it.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that sounds really good. And then it was debating like if that was going to be my final cocktail or if that was going to be, because I kind of wanted to get like some sort of espresso. They said not since 1993, Mark Grace.
Okay. All right.
There we go. Look at that.
Okay. 32 years.
That was the last person I would have thought would have hit for the cycle. That triple must have been real hard for him. That ball must have battled around out in the outfield for days. It was lost in the.
They'd shifted all the way over for him to pull. He shot it down the line and it just died. They held the run over.
It died and then it scooted again and then it died. Oh man! But yeah, like I said, so. But you mentioned that. I was like, oh, it sounds good. And then I was like, oh, I think I should want to do that. And then I think it was like I said, her mom was like, oh, I like a Manhattan. I was like, yeah, I think you'd love a Manhattan, whatever, because she was having an old fashioned. And then our other brother Joe was going to get something else, and then all of a sudden it was like, I think I ordered it.
Yeah.
Then you're like, well, yeah, I'll take one of those too. And then all of a sudden everyone else was like, yeah, well, I'll take one. So the 4 of us.
Peer pressure.
It turned into peer pressure, but it was a delicious peer pressure.
But then you got later to trade some of your espresso martini for the balance of. Didn't you swap?
I did. Is that what it was? Yeah, because
you went.
I did order an espresso a go-go, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
And then I had some of that, and then I wound up trading for the rest of it because it was.
You and Baker had a trade.
Yeah, there was a trade that happened.
That's right.
The cinnamon to me doesn't really come through too much in the flavor until that last sip where I actually got some. But the dusting is, so it's more about the aromatics of it, which it's nice.
Yeah.
That definitely to me is the least necessary component of that. Like I said, I didn't need that at all. Like I said, it was nice. Like, oh, it's kind of there. Like, so because it didn't really hit into the flavor at any point.
The cinnamon. Well, I guess there's not really cinnamon in it, but there's something about that makes me think of tiramisu.
Oh, it's definitely okay. Liquid tiramisu.
Not liquid tears.
I haven't been called that since
tears.
before you were born.
Yeah.
Wow. These liquid tears. is definitely one of my favorite coffee. I wonder what, like, so we have to look up maybe some other coffee cocktails, I guess. I don't know. It's basically the two.
There's got to be some more, but
I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
Tiramisu. Oh my God.
Well, you could use there's the Mr. Black, right? You could throw that
Yeah, the
in
Mr. Black coffee. Well, so that was one of the things we talked about for this as well when we were talking about cocktail stuff last week.
Okay.
We were talking about splitting the coffee portion like 50-50 with Mr. Black, or like having espresso and or using all Mr. Black, like using the coffee part.
Oh my gosh. I forgot about that.
So that was the other option. That's why I think those were actually the three options, where we're like taking out the espresso part, putting in the Mr. Black coffee. So you still have the coffee, but then you're adding a little more booziness to it.
Yeah.
But then leaving the other things the same. And then like we also talked about doing this version, but then taking out the tequila and putting in bourbon. So
are we doing one more or two more?
I mean, we could totally do two more if you want. I've got all the stuff.
So what we could do, I feel like if we should maybe do the bourbon one next. Or do you want to? I kind of want to try the Mr. Black one, but I also don't know if I should have 3 full cocktails before driving home. So maybe you can make a smaller, or I can just not have as much.
It could be that.
Make
right?
as much as you want.
Yeah,
I'll just have what's appropriate.
Alter the recipe again.
But they're so delicious. Yes.
Do it, Keith. Must say, you made those drinks rather fast. You secretly got a barman back there mixing up your drinks as soon as you mentioned them. Are you paid enough? Blink twice if you need help, Mr. Barman.
You stay down there.
No, I did. I have, like, I honestly have everything pretty much out and ready to go. I always feel bad when I feel like it's taking too long, but
yeah. Well, you said there's a way we could take that live in there, right? And you could.
There is I believe there's an app that you can add to your phone, and then I could add it as a thing, and you could, if, like I said, if our kitchen was cleaned up a little bit better. Not that it's like a disgrace or anything like that.
Well, I wouldn't like pan around.
Yeah. It's like, Keith, come on,
hey,
man.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Here's some personal information on their fridge.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's their schedule, where they'll be.
Here's all the places you can break into their house.
Yes.
It's like, what are you doing? Oh my God, you were terrible. You're doxing me right now. Stop. Oh man. Well, do you want to make it, if we were gonna do all of them, I feel like we should do the coffee one again next, because we should have it be the same to this, so that we just tasted this.
I think you're right.
We make this again. Do you want to take out all the coffee and put in Mr. Black? Like, it's not like it's a gargantuan amount, but like I said, do you want to swap that out 1-to-1? Do you want a little bit of each? Like, what are your? I think I know what my answer would be.
I would say that
You only hear what you want to.
you say. That's right.
I want to hear what you want to. It's not Lloyd the bartender.
I think that we should swap it out completely.
That's what I thought.
Okay. All right.
On the same page. All right. We don't have to move this graphic, because we're going to make another one of these, and then another one again.
It's beautiful.
It's all the Carajillos you can handle. Is there about beverages lore? No, you can start making some up, though, while we take a break and make another one of these.
The About Beverages game, interactive game. About Beverages is going to play About Beverages.
I know all the answers.
I know all the answers.
Or do I? All the chat. So much chat going on. Thank you guys for hanging out. Appreciate it.
Oh, Lloyd, the bartender.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I thought that was the bartender from The Shining. I was not 100%, so I'm glad you clarified that, Mills, but he handled it. You have your usual Mr. Torrance. Haven't seen The Shining in a few good years now. Forgot the movie even existed. Oh, that's one of my favorites of all time. Yeah, definitely. How's everyone's evening going? Hope your day's been well. Days have been good. Like I said, it's actually been a little bit better weather here. We're in southern Arizona. So it's usually had been getting a little warmer. Thankfully, it's a little cooler today, which is nice.
Yep, last few days, and tomorrow I think as well. It's supposed to be still in the high in the 60s. So
that sounds nice.
Yes,
that sounds nice. Let's see. All right, so we made another cocktail. We swapped out all of the espresso,
right,
for the Mr. Black coffee liqueur.
Right.
We noticed right away, as soon as I did the exact same thing, as you can also tell here, we had very little to no foam.
Yeah, not as much.
Pretty much. So the coffee is definitely what's bringing that to the table. Everything else was the same. So we only changed out one ingredient.
Yep.
Only changed out one ingredient. So yeah, let's give this one a sniff and a taste.
I'd say Liquor 43 comes through on that first.
I get a little bit of the vanilla coming through, and then the coffee. Yeah, like I said, whereas I think actual coffee came through a little bit more.
Yep, I would agree with that.
Still good aroma though.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So to me, the Mr. Black is kind of bringing like a mocha chocolate kind of note. Like I said, which I had you smell that again because we've used that previously on another podcast.
I think the Liquor 43 is stronger.
Seems like it.
It's more prevalent.
Oh my gosh, Berserker!
50.
50 months.
That's over 4 years.
50 months at a tier 3, Mr. Berserker. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Cheers to you. We're enjoying many Carajillo variations tonight.
That's right.
We're on number 2 of 3.
Carajillo.
It has been 7 days since I've been in chat. Since the last time you did this.
Oh, wow.
And yet we're doing more. And yet we're doing more.
Yeah, you're not having a Groundhog Day sort of situation going on here. This is we've tried different versions.
Yeah.
And there's still one more to come.
We've made adjustments, correct. We did the true Carajillo once again, at least the recipe that we've been enjoying, but we did add the orange to it and the cinnamon. And a little bit of cinnamon because my brother was about to break my arm if I didn't put it in there. So we put that in there. That was delicious. No, not drunk yet. No. We are smart. We are what's the word I'm looking for? Experienced. We have experience.
That's right. Can't fall into that trap.
So right now, instead of having the espresso in there, we took out the espresso and we added in the Mr. Black coffee liqueur.
Yep.
So we tried that as a different variation. I think I don't like this one as much.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
There is an interesting chocolate note to that. Like that's from the Mr. Black. The vanilla Liquor 43 comes up a little bit more in here. But overall, I think there was more. And I even tried to put in more orange, and I think I'm getting even a little less orange.
Yeah.
Which I liked in the other one. So definitely the other one, the original, like I said, that was my favorite. I'm sad you never sent me what you did, though. Oh, it was literally that. It was in the Discord. It was literally in the Discord. It's literally this man's recipe. Are you on TikTok or no? I forget. If you're not, I can give you the recipe. I don't know why I thought you were because I was like, oh, it's in the Discord.
Also.
Oh, you're not? Okay. I'll get you a recipe then.
The tequila comes through sooner. On that sip right there, it's more like usually
interesting.
At the end,
does it?
Usually for me, at the tequila is at the end, and I like the end note of it.
Okay.
Here it kind of starts out a little sooner, and then stays through. So that's not necessarily bad. I do prefer the other way as well.
With actual coffee. I do too.
Now we did have a thought. We were discussing that. Now, obviously, we love this cocktail because we keep coming up on different riffs. So I was saying if you put an egg white in this and then the tequila component, you need to make it something really smoky, either a smoky mezcal or a smoky scotch, and then put those things in there. You'd have like a breakfast cocktail because you'd have coffee, you'd have an egg sort of component, and you'd have a bacony, smoky component. So it's like it'd be the Carajillo breakfast version. So. Yes.
Yeah, egg white is used in a lot of different cocktails. No egg white. It's okay.
Egg white.
It's okay. As long as you're not allergic to eggs.
Correct.
If you take that aside, it's actually okay. It's in a lot of different cocktails. Yep. Even in your favorite whiskey stone sour, a lot of times they could use an egg white. Yes. Unless you're allergic to it and told them to take it out. You may have had one at some point.
I was just going for a breakfast theme. So.
I try not to think about it. That's fair. I forget. Isn't egg white the part that has salmonella, or is it the yolk? I thought it was always like actually. All right, here's the thing. If your egg is very fresh and you check it, you have more chance of getting salmonella in your vegetables that you don't wash properly than in an egg. So again, I'm allergic to work. I mean, that's definitely a thing. I got that. I do like a little alcohol in the morning. We've got it. Yeah, but not in booze. It's you don't taste
totally
it.
Fine. Yeah,
you totally don't taste it.
It just adds a frothy kind of.
It literally adds it adds a creaminess. It adds a texture.
Yeah.
I was just talking to Keith too. I want to order it. We'll try it in one of the cocktails at some point. There is actually a substitute that you can use that does the exact same thing that you can order. It's a shelf stable type thing. It's not an egg white, but it does kind of the same thing. But yeah, it literally just adds. It's not like you drink it and think like you're drinking.
I just had eggs.
You would not know if I handed you a cocktail with it in it. You'd be like, oh my god, this is cream. It's delicious.
Yeah,
you would have no idea that there was an egg white in there.
Yeah.
So that's not like I said, that's not what it's in there for at all.
No, it's not in there to actually.
The joke was more of like because of the breakfasty
thing. Yeah.
Work from home cocktail breakfast theme. Exactly.
Something
there
like
you
that.
go.
Yeah. Or, instead of Bloody Mary in the morning, on a
Because it's odorless. It'll be our little secret, right?
That's
Lucky?
right.
There you go. If an egg is cooked perfectly and enough white in it 9 months later, a kid, oh, wait, Guardian down, that's something else. Spiking drinks with eggs. Yeah. What'd you spike this with? An egg white. I got you, you bastard. A lot of egg white shaken in booze or citrus helps with the issues of germs is what I would say. Oh, okay. Gotcha. But yeah, anyway, like I said, that's in a lot of different cocktails. We use it in amaretto sour. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was seeing a lot of the stuff with, because we're so sensitive with chickens and eggs and all that kind of stuff, because we're now so clean with those, like that's why there are more instances of that happening in other vegetables and things, because a lot of people get their vegetables and they don't wash them.
Right.
And that's why. It's not because they're more prone to have it in there, it's just they're not doing it.
That's true. It does make it more expensive
Why
cocktail
is this
now.
a $45 cocktail? Does have eggs in it?
It's going to have a surcharge.
It's going to have a surcharge. Thankfully, here in Southern Arizona, we haven't hit those crazy egg prices.
Yeah.
That's been not too bad. You think the bartender would look at me weird if I said, make me an amaretto stone sour, but hold the egg? Again, they're not always going to put it in there. And again, if you've had it before, you may not have even noticed it, and that's why you liked it so much. I'm just saying. Paco, can you eat eggs? If you can eat eggs, Paco, there's no reason not to have it in there. There's nothing wrong with it. You're going to be fine. Sure, I've had it before when it was in there. Exactly. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
I love eggs. There you go.
It's an interesting little hurdle to have to get over.
It was
Egg in my
even
cocktail? What?
It was a hurdle for me. And again, it's not the yolk, guys.
Yeah.
It's not the yolk. It's just the white.
Right.
Oh. As long as they aren't laid by chickens I own. Yeah, okay. Well, that's another story and a half. She's more of a pineapple girl. So which of the 9 variations that you've now discovered or thought of as we're talking about, are we going to do is the bourbon one the last?
Oh, I thought that was
one?
I
was just making sure. You were very excited about the other. I was like, I have eggs. You're like, I have scotch.
No.
Okay.
No.
That's the one for another time then.
Yeah.
Without egg, it tastes like Corona. Yeah, Paco, don't do that then. Yeah, that is good. I like it less.
Correct. Me too.
Definitely like it less.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to go back to the espresso, actually using espresso.
Right.
We will have the liquor 43 in there.
43.
And then we'll go to bourbon and the orange.
Correct.
And the cinnamon. So we'll do everything. So basically, we'll just
good.
make the one swap. I love these kind of experiments where you just kind of keep swatching out one thing and you kind of taste and see what the difference is. This one I thought was going to be a little more subtle, and it actually wasn't. Like I think, like you said, it's funny, the vanilla and the chocolate kind of come through a little bit more. Which almost kind of cancels out the tequila a little bit. And that was one of my favorite things about the original one.
But so to me, the tequila actually starts earlier. And
oh, really?
Yeah. At least on that last sip I had, last couple of sips, it started earlier for me, whereas it was like a stronger finishing note. It started earlier and just kind of was more level.
Oh, it does kind of hit at the front there then, as opposed to at the end, which was nice. Yeah. You get the woody. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
What bourbon? I'm actually going to be using just Knob Creek.
Knob Creek. I'm
driving in my car.
I'm going to
turn on the radio.
It's
Knob Creek 9 year. I was trying to combine that all into one thing there.
Yeah.
Knob Creek 9 year is what I'm going to wind up using, which is like I said, I like that one for mixing purposes. Like I said, I think it's a good value.
We're going to use Willet. Oh wait, no.
Yeah, no, not for this one. Manhattan, yes. I'll use some other ones in there. We're going to use the Trader Joe's high proof.
Oh,
back there.
I know we don't want that.
No,
we want it to be noticed yet subtle. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, 100 proof. Like I said, I don't want to go too crazy on that either. I don't want it to overshadow, or I don't want it to overtake everything else. Right. Like I said, but I definitely want to. Hopefully that adds even a little more flavor to it. But we'll see.
That'll be fun.
You tried the Jack Daniel's honey whiskey. I can't remember the exact name of it. It was something like that. I can't seem to find it at my local stores. Want to know if it's worth it. I have not. I don't really. Is that the one that's just aged in like honey barrels or barrels that had honey, or did they actually do?
It's aged
something
in
with
hives.
It? The only Jack Daniels
actually pollinate them.
Yeah, exactly. The only Jack Daniels I've ever actually really liked is the one that we've done on the podcast, like I said, which is the rye, barrel proof rye that you can get. It's like 130 proof or something like that. That's kind of the only Jack Daniels, although the Jack Daniels 14 year, if someone can find a bottle of that and wants to send it to us, that's also supposed to be the bee's knees, dare I say. Right now, it's supposed to be pretty good. They use really old bees. They are very old. They're very, very
14-year-old
very
bees.
drunk. Very, very drunk bees. But no, I have not had it. I don't think it'd be something that you need to like like, oh, I've got to import a bottle of this just to get it. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be necessary. All right, we're going to take one last break.
Final break.
Get up, move around, stretch our legs, and we're going to mix another cocktail. That's probably secondary market for that one. Yeah, it should be only like $100 or $150, which is still very expensive. But yeah, like the secondary market on that one is gone crazy because it is, as soon as the whiskey world likes it, then it turns into like, oh, everyone needs to buy 1,000 bottles. It's like, no, just buy the one bottle, enjoy it, so all of us can try some. Fortunately, that's not the case. Again, the $900, that's secondary pricing. That is 100% secondary price. I think MSRP on it was like, again, 140 or 150, something like that. But anywho, hold on, let me refresh this as well, and then we'll be ready to go. Happened to my favorite absinthe brand. Maybe not that one, but I actually would like to get a bottle of absinthe. So Zoidberg, sit on it, think about it while we take a break. When we come back, you can tell me what absinthe I should look for, because I would actually like to get some absinthe at some point.
Add it to the bar.
Cocktails. Add it to the bar. Is it a 9-liter bottle for that price?
It's
right?
a 5-gallon drum.
It's a 50-gallon drum is what it is. All right, we'll be right back. Thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate it. Taking a bit longer this time. They must have fired Lloyd. We were talking. We were having a snack.
That's right.
So sometimes you need a little bit of a snack. Lloyd got wasted on Carajillos. I mean, you could pretty easily. These are definitely not a weak drink by any means.
No.
Loving the elevator music doesn't really fit what I'm currently doing, but still enjoyable. Appreciate it. We play all different kinds. Like I said, we do the Stream Beats, Harris Heller playlist stuff. Like I said, we just happen to be in the lo-fi stuff right now.
I remember when it was so fun. We could just pick like some of our favorite songs to set the mood. Oh, remember when you used to have that music that was like the intro, like
I love music. Baker always loved that. I play that every once in a while still, but very rarely.
And
I always look to make sure I don't have any strikes.
We could pick our themes.
Nothing super exciting. Literally these kettle. They're not kettle chips. What are they?
They're the Costco.
The Costco chips. But they're really thick and they're really hearty.
Yeah.
They're
delicious.
Just a good quick snack.
Yep.
How do you know I'm hanging out? Guess I need to put pants on. That's true.
Oh, wow. Put something on, please. Cover that up.
Some hold for a beverage hotline. You want fancy pants absinthe or cheap? Yeah, that'll do absinthe. Recommend one of each. Zoidberg. Yes. Like I said, if you have not already, I'm going back through the comments, so I apologize if I missed it. I have a recommendation for a less star anise-based absinthe. I actually don't mind that, because usually what I like said, either absinthe on its own, or a lot of times now people are doing absinthe like rinse for a lot of cocktails that I've seen lately, where it's like literally they're just spritzing some on there and then the drink is being poured in there. So I still want a quality. So like, again, I am open to like whatever you think is like either ones that you've been enjoying. Like I said, don't be worried about, cost one way or the other. If you want to give one that's like, well, here's my really great go-to one, but here's my like everyday, like if I'm going to have something, not that people have absinthe every day, but
the thing about absinthe though is it makes the heart grow fonder.
I was wondering if you
damn it, I had to.
That's solid though.
Okay.
I like it.
I had to.
That's why you're my brother.
Yeah, all
right. Getting Keith's opinion on the stuck bolt. Yeah, there is a stuck bolt on the gazebo. Yeah,
I'm gonna have the gazebo.
I need a little bit of extra arm strength on there, and Keith can always bring that to the table for sure, because he's got
the flex.
He's got the flex right there. Actually, that's what we should do. We should add the Keith flex, but it has a drink in its hand.
Oh, flexing while drinking.
There we go. Got it.
I was too focused on flexing. I spilled it everywhere. Mephisto is my go-to. It used to be cheap and acceptable. It's now 30 plus and sometimes more. I mean, that's not too bad. Like, so do you still really like that one? Like I said, I'm going to, as we are tasting this one right now. So the Carajillo variation that we're doing right now is the exact same recipe we started with, except we took out the tequila, the Reposado tequila. I was using El Tequileno because that is, like I said, a nice, good additive-free one. Decent price too, usually around $25-$28. And we substituted in some Knob Creek 9-year. It is their 100 proof. I like this for cocktails, 100 proof, or maybe even a little bit above, because then it kind of brings just a little more punch to the party. While Keith starts sniffing on that. Mephisto.
Oh, I think I've seen this one. Yeah, it looks like around 30.
Looks like an olive oil bottle.
It does kind of look like an olive oil bottle.
Don't want to make
Austria.
me angry,
All right.
or you'll get Mephisto.
Wow. Okay. We'll make that icon as well very soon.
There we go.
Fancy. I'm trying to impress a new absinthe drinker. Pernod, $75. Okay, that seems a little expensive, but you know what? I will bookmark that too. Let me see if I can find that. Thank you for both the recommendations, though. I really appreciate that, because that is one another one that I've been wanting at. Yeah, you're right. No,
Don't actually
68.
Don't actually accidentally get the anise.
Yeah. All
Oh,
right. So what are we thinking of the aroma here?
Well, I'm thinking
Oh,
cinnamon, vanilla, and coffee. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm getting a little oak in there at the very end. I would agree, though, of your order of things, but there's a little bit of oak
Maybe
in there,
the
too.
vanilla is being kicked up a little because of the oak.
wood. Yeah, that could be.
So
Gonna make a coffee, a toffee nut latte, or caramel macchiato. What we think of people? I like both of those things. Ooh.
I know what a caramel macchiato tastes like, but I don't think I've had a toffee nut latte. So I would vote for that just because I haven't had it.
Yeah. There you go. Now, if you want a different flavor, Oregon spirits. Yes.
Oh, we get them.
It is way more herbalish and has less star anise. My partner likes that one. Okay, what is that one? Because I do actually like stuff from Oregon Spirits.
We
got a couple
actually
things from
got to
them.
try some stuff. They had a tasting going on when we happened to be there.
Is that 2 years ago now?
Probably, yeah.
It
Two,
is.
maybe
It's 2
going
years
on
ago.
3. They didn't have an anise, though, available for us to try. Okay.
Your absinthe. Oregon Spirits absinthe.
Oh, okay.
So this one is good, but it's a little more of something, like a little different.
This absinthe,
Does
that's
this
a smaller
actually-
size.
Does
too.
it, yeah, that's why I picked that one. Does this one actually use wormwood in it? Like all the ones you recommended? Like, how does that work anymore? Is that a thing? That used to be like the thing where it's like,
Yeah.
well, this doesn't have wormwood in it because that's like illegal. Like, remember that used to be like a thing where it's like, because I remember I don't know if you had any of that, but I remember Joe had a bottle of absinthe that he had bought, and we did the whole thing with like the sugar cube and the luge and like.
Oh,
the,
I remember you talking about that.
Talking about that, like I can't remember that. Bernard will okay. Do you think the first one you recommended is supposedly like that's like what it's a what's the word I'm looking for? It's a
Hallucinogenic?
yeah, it's like a hallucinogenic. Thank you.
Something real.
Fisto probably doesn't, to be honest. Yeah, probably the more expensive you get, it probably gets in that. Does it say? I still have the Pernod one up. Let's see. From France. 2013 San Francisco World Spirits Gold. Category. I'll do a little more research on that. But thank you actually for both of those suggestions, because thinking on this one, I definitely am getting the orange coming through more. I tried to measure it out a little bit just so I'd know how much I was putting in as opposed to whatever. So I did about 3/4 of an ounce of orange. So I did like, I don't know, I feel like maybe slightly more than I had been doing, but it seems to be coming through a lot stronger. Because I had a smaller orange slice, so that was why I cut a second little piece and juiced that one and then poured it in there. But maybe I got more juice because I actually used my juicer. Again,
So
that's my weird variable. So.
This one to me has a longer finish in that so the bourbon starts out earlier than the tequila does to me. I pick up on that note, but then as it finishes, then it's like, ooh, there's a little vanilla. Oh, there's a little coffee. Oh, there's a little, it's like it has a longer finish to me. Whereas with the tequila, it seems like it goes through like, oh, here are these flavors. There's the tequila, and I'm out. Which it's not like it ends too quickly. It just ends sooner than this does. I think I still like the tequila version better.
I think I do like the original one,
but I like this because it's. I don't know.
I like this because it's tasty.
Well, I do like it because it's tasty, of course. I think the thing I like about the tequila solo with the coffee is that they all kind of take center stage in different acts. Like, okay, here's act 1, here are these flavors. Here's act 2, here's tequila to wrap things up.
I feel with the tequila too, like it takes place, like you just, I agree with what you just said, but I feel like what I like about the tequila too, it feels like they all, but there is something that carries over between each act. Whereas this one feels a little, it's a slight exaggeration, but it feels like every act here is like, I'm done, and now I'm done, and now I'm
with
like,
this one,
like
or with the other one?
With this one.
Oh, see, because
I feel like I'm getting a lot of orange at the beginning of this act. Like that really seems to hit me first, and then it's like I get a little bit of the vanilla. Okay, now on the bourbon, the vanilla maybe carried over a little bit in each one. Okay, now I'm getting the coffee, and then now it's kind of like in it, like there's like a blending of those at the end for finishing. But time is it there for you guys? Almost 1 a.m. here, but enjoying the stream too much to go to sleep. Yeah, I appreciate that, Hunter. That's very nice.
So much enjoyment you can't go to sleep.
I know. Yeah, I agree. I'm same time as Crocodile. We're about 5 o'clock.
Yep.
We are in Arizona, so it is technically mountain time, but we don't observe daylight savings time, so we're actually on the same time as Crocodile. So we're at PST.
Yep.
So we are PST. We're almost 5 o'clock PST. I think the only thing that's difficult for me is there's a little bit more orange punch coming through. So I can't quite tell if that was like a little bit lessened. Would I be getting more of the bourbon? For some reason, to me in this cocktail in particular, the tequila always came through better than everything else we have mixed in or adjusted.
To me, it comes through. Yeah, and to me, it comes through at the right time. I like it that the tequila.
It's a Billy Joel song, isn't it?
It comes through at the right time. That's not the same thing. Yeah. I like that the tequila comes through at the end. To me, with what we just had with the Mr. Black and with this one, the other spirit comes through sooner.
Yeah, and I don't like that as much.
I don't like it as much. It's still good. I'm not going to quibble, but I do like.
I don't like it as much.
I don't like it as much.
I like that the finish is the woody agave note of the tequila, like I said so far. What tequila did you use? Great question. I will actually, let me put a link in here because I've mentioned it a few times, but it is sometimes like one of those like weird ones to spell and to try and search down. So
Planty gifted a sub. I didn't see that.
Why did I miss that? Where?
No. I'm just reading what Hunter said. So
thank you for the gifted sub. Oh my gosh, too nice. When did that happen? When did I miss that?
We missed it.
I don't see any of that. I think it's all lies.
Okay.
It wasn't today. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, it's so funny. I was like, I would have mentioned that. What happened?
Okay. Whose voice is grating? Oh my goodness.
Here you go.
Do we have to ASMR it?
What do we need to talk about?
Well, we don't want to have a grating voice.
Let's see. There you go. That is the tequila. Like I said, they have a Reposado, they have a Blanco, obviously they have an Añejo. We use the Reposado. Usually it's under $30, usually like 27-ish, at least where we're at, Zoidberg. I have had the Blanco as well, which is really good. I like the Reposado better just because like even in margaritas and things, I just like that little bit of extra flavor. I don't feel like the tequila needs to hide. I like the agave, like I said, the plant coming out, the vegetable note, as you've like I said, that like using that term, like I said, I like that coming through. I like a little bit of the wood coming out. You can totally use, like I said, you can totally use the Blanco or the silver. But this is the Reposado is what we're doing. Like I said, and that was kind of what was recommended for this cocktail. But yeah, they have the Blanc. I have not had the Still Strength or some of the other ones, but they're, like I said, they're really good. They're additive free, which is really nice. I know that's kind of like has become a big thing in the tequila world. That's up to you if that's a big deal to you or not, but especially for that price, it's kind of, why not?
You're right. The orange is more like when I just let that set in my mouth, the orange was more prevalent. This is more, it's not sweet, but it's more desserty to me than the other is.
Yeah.
But I would not turn away from any of these offerings, but I still prefer, the original.
I do too. I think I definitely do too. I thought the gold is what the guy had on the he had the Reposado as well. That was why I went and he didn't have specifically the one I got. I think he used the Cascanes, which I would love to be able to find at a decent price. I cannot. It is usually a little more pricey, a little more harder to find. But that one is an excellent. If you can find Cascanes in any form, you'll probably be pretty happy with that. definitely try and start your own drinks brand. All sorts of different types of alcohol and coffee. Call it About All Beverage. Oh my gosh. How about just About Beverages?
We are About All Beverages.
You can just take the all part out and then you're done. Yeah, I've liked again, would not turn away any of these variations, but I there's a reason why that one was the way it was. Yep. The only thing I would probably...
Oh, no.
Well, you're saying it comes... So you're thinking it comes through more... That comes through at the beginning. The bourbon or like whatever else.
Not beginning, but after the first third or half. It's more prevalent.
It's not the nice back third as the other. The other one was good because you had...
there's all these other flavors. Oh, there's the tequila.
And at the very end, you got that little bit of the wood and the agave.
Yeah,
and
you ride that out.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're right. I would agree. About Beverages cocktail.
Can we do a digital version?
Yeah, a digital version of just our favorite cocktails. Holy tequila price. The Cascanes one, if that's what you just looked up, yes, they are very expensive. I do not have a bottle of those. I have not been able to get one because they are definitely on the pricier side. I would like to try it. Like I said, the El Tequileno one, the one that I put the link to in the chat, you can find that at most Total Wines.
Tequila price.
It's not too bad. Like I said, again, under $30. Definitely for the Blanco, I swear, is right around 20-ish. The Gazebo Whiskey, exactly. The Gazebo Whiskey Enthusiast. The Reposado is usually around like 27-ish, and then I don't know what it goes up from there. Some of these, but they're, again, like I said, really, really good. Again, additive free. And also, again, we should at some point we need to try apparently the Trader Joe's ones because that was what I was always kind of like, yeah, I'll go get this other one.
Well, we did the añejo,
okay.
right? I think.
Well, you don't have to call me names. I just said,
hey, we did that añejo.
Exactly. I was like, man,
we did that.
Oh, that's not what you said.
Añejo.
You añejo. Because those are additive free as well, which
that's what
found
I have
out
been
from
told.
your distributor, correct?
Yes.
Pippin's malt liquor mixer. There you go.
Unless you want to, I mean, I've heard very mixed reviews about the Blanco, and I think Andre Mack even does. I think he does the Blanco. I don't think he was a fan. And I've heard mixed reviews.
Sounds correct.
Maybe he liked it, but I can't remember. But we tried the añejo, I believe. I don't think it was the Reposado.
Okay.
And then we do have the extra añejo if you want to, which like the one customer it was on his buying a couple more bottles because they said they enjoyed it quite a bit. So anyway, so if you need something and want to try, if your bar is in need of something, let me know.
It's not a need, but I know if there was one of those we should try at some point. Now knowing that that's like I said again because that is a thing for a lot of people.
I think that's a good thing.
The añejo is still is it 90? Okay. Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about the Tequileno or the Cascanes? Because the Cascanes stuff is crazy expensive.
Cheese board with anything.
Any sort of snacks you like with your alcohol? I know people like cheese board with. Meat and cheese board with anything is pretty tasty.
We did something like
Tequileno
that. Tequileno
is 92. Okay, I have not. Like I said, that again, that price on that one, I don't know if that's. Let me see.
El Tequileno.
Well, that's the reserve.
Gran Reserva Añejo.
They have a Gran Reserva. Yeah, like I said, I'm just using the basic Reposado, which is 28. Yeah, like I said, you're looking at the Gran Reserve one. The still strength is 68. Again, you can get the Platinum Blanco for 32. I'm trying to look. Where's the regular? Oh, there it is. The Blanco Tequila is 25. Yeah, so 25 for that one. The Reposado is 28. I have not tried those other ones. Like I said, I've just been very happy with this one so far. And that price, $30 or less, is usually what I look for in a mixer for the most part. That's usually kind of what I'm looking for. So, like I said, that one definitely fits that
Adds
bill
to cart.
and is really good. Yeah, there you go.
All
Nice.
right.
Yeah, I think it's really good. Hopefully you'll be happy with it. I like it in margaritas. Obviously we like it in these cocktails that we've been doing. So like I said, it works out for a lot of those things. What are we thinking for next week? Do you have any ideas? Are we making ham and eggs or something like? What was the?
No, it was the breakfast Carajillo.
The breakfast Carajillo. I should look.
We probably should go away. I as much as I
no,
love
you just
this cocktail.
You can't stop.
Well, if you
these.
get the egg white thing,
well, what is? I'm going to look it up literally right now. Egg white. No, I swear it's something else.
Yeah, because we have.
No, it's like some sort of
cocktail for cooking. For cocktails.
There we go. Nope, it's not that.
No,
It's
that's
like
not
this right here. Yeah, Fee Brothers, that's where I get actually a lot of my bitters and things from.
Fee Foam.
Foam Cocktail Foamer.
Fee Foam. Fee Brothers Fee Foam.
Non-egg alternative for shaken drinks. So yeah, that's basically what that always winds up being. I'll add that to cart so I just don't forget about it.
Okay.
But yeah, so
We could do that. There are
could
some.
do that.
I
We actually
did.
do have eggs too. We could do it with actual
We
eggs.
could do it that way. I did take a picture of a few wines just in case you had wanted to go that route.
Yeah, we won't have multiple cocktails next week if we do this. So we just
There's
do
a
one.
We have a Paso Robles Zinfandel. We have a Platinum Italian wine, a Barbera. So it's an Italian Platinum. Which
okay.
we also have a Diamond from them, but I don't know if it's a Barolo. Usually those are pretty dry. And if you wanted to stay with a previous theme, it's called Beaujolais. But it is.
Oh, it's a village.
It is a village.
Village.
Yes. It's a Beaujolais
Okay.
village. If you wanted to do that,
That would be mildly interesting because I still do obviously have that kind of, and you probably do too, that flavor profile in the head. That's not a bad
So if
idea.
you wanted to go fun there, Easter is coming up on the 20th.
420.
We could visit. Yeah, I know 420. We could visit wines for that, or I don't know. Well, that's what I got. If you wanted, if you want to make breakfast Carajillo.
I mean, we could do that. That's not a bad idea. I have all of the other things. I mean, obviously, I might not. I mean, I have multiple options for scotches, which I'm sure we could find one that was one of the smokier ones.
I need something smoky.
Because that was kind of one of your ideas. So I would definitely be down to try that. I would just like to see the foaming aspect, if anything else. But all right, well, maybe we'll talk about that. Maybe throw a wine in there or something else. Forgot another anise-based booze, if you want to try, is Arak. Had it while overseas a few years ago. Haven't tried to find one in the States, but I bet Total Wine has some. I'd hate to get stuck between that and a hard place. I'm telling you. Oh my God.
Caught between a rock.
Elite Arak.
And an ouzo place. Oh, there you go.
Arak. Oh, Elite Arak liqueur. Arak. Wait. Red or white wine? What's your preference? Get your rock off my map. Red or white? What's it?
I'm probably more of a white.
Most of the time red, I would say.
Yeah, but I like red wine, but I'm more of a white wine drinker.
Just because of the temperatures here in southern Arizona. Is that what you're going to say?
Often, yeah, but
Oh my God,
I do like red wine, but I'm more white than red.
Yeah, for me, it's usually going to be Zinfandel, Pinot Noir, Cab, something like that.
I do like those.
And then if I'm doing white, like I said, it's going to be Chardonnay.
For me, so I would say
Sauvignon Blanc, probably the two I would look toward.
Just because of because of that it'll last a couple days. I'm probably more like probably 60-40 in preference, but I still enjoy red wine. Yeah.
I'm a red wine guy, but I'll drink what's available. I mean, that's always a good option too. What is available to me right now? And what's actually available to everybody right now is we're going to go say hi to Haji.
Oh, right.
He's playing some Marvel Rivals right now. And thank you guys all for coming in and hanging out. We appreciate it as always. Like I said, it was super, super fun tonight. I love doing these kind of experiments with switching things in and out, trying different variations on the cocktail. And it's not a bad thing that we basically, after doing all of this, the original is the best one.
The original, yeah.
The original is still the best one. Have a great night. Thanks for leaving.
Wow.
Guarding down. I love you too.
Salty as ever.
Love you too. Good night, Planty. It was good to see you. Red wine guy here as well. Some good stuff. Yeah, those are all some of the favorites for sure.
Yeah, right from the beginning, we had some awesome chat and a lot of fun. So thank you guys for being here. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys all very much for being here. Let's go say hi to Haji. He is super, super nice. He's playing some Marvel Rivals. Like I said, he is a big supporter of the channel, and we love hanging out with him as well. So we'll go say hi to him, and we will be back again. We will be back again next week.
Yes.
Same bat time, same bat channel, 3:30 Pacific, 6:30 Eastern. I will be on tomorrow. 8:30 a.m. Pacific, 11:30 Eastern for probably some Destiny things and stuff. Good night, everybody.